Hello and good day, fellow travelers, my beloveds, the people that are here, explorers like me at this time. I am King Gabriel Quincy Collymore, the founder of Absolute Realization Coaching and Healing, ARC, and I'm here today to discuss with you a new issue that's come up that I think we can move through together really awesomely. It's called Pirate's Perception, and I'm going to write it down right now so we could start on it, okay? Here we go. As I said, it's called Pirate's Perception. And before we get too far into that, I'd just like to explain to you a small little intro, basically, of who I am and why you should even listen to me at all. Because, I mean, there are a million people you could go to and hear different things from and learn things. And some people have a lot of wise things to say at this time, right? Where I'm coming from is experience. I've been a spiritual explorer. As a kid, I grew up meditating and doing all that. It's just been my life. And at this point, I'm in a place where I'm getting the opportunity to express what that has culminated into. And I'm here to share with you. Just a snippet as to who I am in terms of what's going on right now with leaders and everything like that, spiritual leaders, etc. I had spent 6 years of my life as a volunteer at Agape International Spiritual Center, just in terms of being able to bless and help people as I saw it fit at that time. I have worked with some of the best, including Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith. I've worked with the Dalai Lama, shared the stage with the Dalai Lama, been with Amaji, all of these different leaders and spiritual gurus that people look up to, which, is a matter of actually investing will into these people that have these so-called powers, etc. My belief, however, is that we're all integrated into one mind, and we'll go into that later on, so there is no spiritual superiority that happens. But for today, I just want you to understand that I've worked with all these people, I've been through all these different programs and dealt with a lot of the new things that are coming through in terms of the work that we're going to be addressing. I am a published author, public speaker, and I really enjoy the work I do. A lot of my work, as I said, is self-work, because that's really where it's at. The world I see and experience is in my mind, and in that way I do get to share authentically with people about what's going on. You may not see me in like crazy moods or anything like that, but this is genuine me. This is me, and this is how I will address the world. So thank you for being willing to put up with that and to deal with me on that level. If you are here, I appreciate it greatly. All right. All that said, in terms of the spiritual interaction with different people and that sort of stuff, none of that was to praise me, but just to open up a listening where you'll be able to hear me, because why would you listen to somebody who knows nothing about this, really? Okay? It's been my experience, it's been my life, and it's something that I'm here at this point to share, right? So, pirate's perception. All pirate's perception is this. You have a pirate, and there this guy is doing his thing, looking out through his spyglass, right? And he's on this lovely ship, right? On his lovely ship, he is going towards an island because his spyglass is set on that island. Let's give him a little bandana. So this is this real cool pirate, right? And there he is headed towards this island. Now, he's going towards that island, and through his spyglass, all he can see is that island. Everything else that's around him is almost not there, because he's headed directly to that island. And most of the times, pirates are headed towards the islands for treasure, because that's what they're really seeking, treasure. So there is this pirate headed towards this island looking for his treasure, and he spots a sign of treasure or something. This is what his view would look like, right? In his view, there would be the island, there would be the treasure, or at least signs of treasure, maybe some trees and stuff set up in a certain way because he's searching a map or something like that. But either way, he's looking for treasure. He knows what he's looking for. He knows what he's headed towards. His ship is definitely headed towards that treasure. Now, this same theory can be applied to our perception, because when we see things through a specific lens, right? We look at life through a specific lens. We understand that people are a certain way. Let's say that you have a person in your life who you think is really mean, angry, abusive, or whatever that is, right? The fact is, by looking through that lens, just like the pirate, you actually know where your ship is headed also. Or we know where our ship is headed for that matter. So here we go. Here's the other circle, right? This would be our perception, just like the pirate's lens in the spyglass. And there's this person in there that we see, and this person probably has an angry face, or a frowny face, or something. They're either sad, or upset, or always mopey, or angry, or something. And really, that's our perception of them, even though they've proven to us that they are that way at certain times. It's up to us, right? Just like the pirate looks for his treasure, in other words, and I'll bring that back a notch. He's heading towards that treasure. We have our lens and we know what we're headed towards as well. If we expect that the person is going to be that way, then the chances of them not showing up that way are slim to none, really, right? Because we expect that and we act as if they acted that way already before we even interact with them. So by default, they're definitely going to fall into that mood just because of our perception. Not saying that it's always that way, just saying that the likelihood of it happening, this is the scientific speaking as well, right? The science of it. The likelihood of that occurring would actually be very, very high just by our observation and our interaction with that person based on the fact that we know that they're going to be that way already. So that's what pirate's perception does in our view. And just like a pirate is looking for treasure, we're actually looking for treasure too. But the treasure that we look for is justification. We look for knowing that we were right about that person. And when we meet that person and we see them act that way, it's almost like, I knew that. I knew that was coming. I knew he was like that. We know, And it's not that we know because they did it and now we know. That's how it looks. But the truth is we were looking for it from before. So for it to show up, it really shouldn't be a surprise because we expected it, right? We created it in that way, and that's where our creation steps into things a bit. So this is how pirate's perception affects us in our experience, right? And it looks funny, right? The pirate goes, "Arr!" Right? That's what pirates do. And then we go, "Oh, arr!" Because it's like meeting somebody that's gonna act the way that we even expect them to act, that we expect them to act, even though it's good because we know we were right about the person to us, it still feels bad because then we have to deal with the person being that way, which sucks. Nobody wants that type of person around them, right? But we're not willing to admit that we were the ones kind of responsible for that happening in the first place, right? But so it goes. And this is pirate's perception. And I'm going to take this down and move on a bit. We're going to jump right into the next section. Now, pirate's perception is not fun. It's not a fun experience for anybody, actually. Temporarily, it could give us a little high because we knew we were right and our intuition is on and all that good stuff. But at the same time, our intuition is actually costing us our happiness, right? So would we rather be right or happy is a true question. And being right is alright temporarily, but then our happiness is gone and it sucks to not be happy. We want to be happy. We all want to be happy. Even the people that do bad things actually do it because they think it'll make them happy. So genuinely, everybody really wants to be happy underneath all that, but it kind of sucks that we have to not. So let's go into clear perception now. Pirate's perception is that the remedy for it is clear perception, right? Now, clear perception is simply this. Clear perception is you wake up in the morning and the first thing you feel is this lovely feeling of peace, calm. You look out the window, everything is bright. The trees seem bright. The light seems to be shining perfectly. It seems like all the nature is breathing with you. You feel alive, you feel invigorated, The air smells good. Everything is great. You just feel really authentically happy and great from inside. And that's basically what clear perception feels like. But it starts on the mental level, on the mental plane. It starts in your mind, right? Because everything is in our mind, but we'll get into that a bit later. Now, that's where our clear perception starts from. And about 7 years ago, I came across a technique through all my exploration and all my work, astral travel, all these different love languages and everything that we do. I've done things that most people would, most of the times, be a bit scared to do based on religious beliefs, etc. And I've went really deep in that way and learned things that I wanted to learn, right? I went with courage and I did what I had to do. So here we are at this point and I'm sharing freely. So the clear perception is found simply by allowing yourself to release the things that would stand in the way of it, right? The technique that I learned to have that done 7 years ago is called the absolute realization technique, right? Absolute realization technique, right? And it spells art. It spells art. Absolute realization technique spells out the word art, and it really is an art, right? It's an art of living. It's an art of perceiving correctly, of allowing your mind to be an open mind and not a closed mind. So this technique, the absolute realization technique, came to me and really made a huge difference in the way I was perceiving the world and the way the people around me were perceiving the world. I had instances in my life before where I saw people like totally wreck their relationships with their family, destroy their relationships with themselves really, and do things that weren't that great to themselves, including, well, leaving life, leaving what we understand life to be, this me and you interacting right now. And people doing things like Xing out their family, forgetting about their family, forgetting about close friends, forgetting about the relationships where they could actually have great things happen for them in their lives. And it really brought me to a place where I realized that I had to do something about it. I had this information, and I've had this information and been sharing it in small ways here and there as best as I could. But a more proactive approach had to be taken at this point because it's just time. It's time. So this is the art, absolute realization technique, and what I did with it was formed a great number of wonderful, 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 top-notch workshops. As I said, I've been to all these different people's workshops and interacted and seen what's there, and I won't say that it's better than everything that's out there, because I can't make that statement from here, realistically. But what I can say is it gets the job done. It definitely brings people to clear perception. 100% guaranteed to do that. It's like clear perception is there. Knowledge is a bit more, and it happens also as a result of clear perception. But we can get this step done, and it's very easy to get this stuff done through this work. So the type of work that I'm talking about in this absolute realization technique is, I actually applied it to my first course, and I'll just talk about my first course a bit with your permission. I hope you can listen for just a bit more and understand that this is actually totally for your benefit. And yes, it is. It definitely is. And I'd really like to be of service to you in a way that you're able to absorb this information to the best of your ability and be able to interact with me in a way that we both move forward on this. Lovely. So the absolute realization technique was applied to a course that I have right now that I'm talking about called the Absolutely Awesome Relationship Experience. Relationship experience, right? Right? And the absolutely awesome relationship experience is just as the name says. if we can have relationships here, and we must have relationships here, we're related to everything. As long as we exist in this perceptive point of view, and we're seeing things and interacting with things, walls, desks, tables, paper, anything that we interact with, we're in a perceiver standpoint, and we're in relationship to that thing and to people and to everything that exists. This world seems to be a world of duality once we are perceivers. So the absolutely awesome relationship experience is the experience of life from in the standpoint of really understanding the integration and the likeness between things, where things come together, where things flow easily, where your life is in that state of clear perception, constant flow, living in that joyful and free, liberated world, united world, where this is your experience on an everyday basis. That's what this absolute awesome relationship experience is about, right? And I'm going to go straight into, with your permission once again, if you can hang with me just a bit more, I'm going to go into how this actually works. Okay, so that is gone. Alright, so now if you were to go to, realistically, the information that's in this course is this valuable, and I just want to show you what it's about. Now, if you were to go through philosophical studies for 4 years in a university, for instance, which would be a way that you could get some of the information here, it would run you something like, let's say in Toronto, it's $6,000 per semester for 4 years, right? Or $6,000 per year for 4 years. Now, what that would come up to would be 24,000, right? Which is okay. It's not like huge for a 4-year program, but the 4 years that you're investing as well is a huge chunk of time. And in that time, you're kind of living the regular life still, so you still haven't really made true progress until that 4th year, if there is any progress to be made, finally. So that's that. And then there's the other part of it, which is where you have to practice the information, because fresh out of college, in that way, you still have to put it into practice in order to see some results. That would take, I've checked it out, there's spiritual programs around and stuff, and usually, again, you can go into a 4-year program, but if you're a spiritual genius, which is you're really devoted, just like some people are virtuosos in arts, they play the guitar really well and all this stuff, there are spiritual geniuses as well. And it would probably take you a year then. That's the fastest I've seen that happen. And that would be 5 years towards it, and it would be 12,000 for that year as well in the college, for instance, the Toronto Healing Arts Center. They cost that much. So we're looking at already 24 plus 12, which is 36,000, and 5 years in order to see that so far, right? There's also, in addition to that, to apply to relationships directly like we've done here, it would also take you an additional, it would take 7,200, I checked that up also, and you can check all this information on the internet, 7,200 in order to be able to get that information in and to take it to the relationship level. The Association of Clinical Counselors does that work, and they have a program that costs 7,200 for that year. Most of the times it actually lasts for about 3 months. Most people hang in there for 3 months, and they do get good results from it, but that's specific to relationship, and each relationship that you have to do, you'd have to put forth that again and go through it again. So we're looking at 36,000 plus, let's just put it at 7,000 to make it easier. It would be 43,000 and five and a half years most likely. Let's say 5 years, 3 months, let's just put it at five years, right? So we're looking at an investment of 43,000 and 5 years to have this happen for you. And I know this seems like, oh well, 5 years is a long time, maybe I could process things longer and all that. Well, would you really want to live 5 years of your life in darkness to come to light and to see things differently? That's like, it doesn't, it makes sense in one way, and I understand that, but at the same time, time itself is something that's really valuable, and it costs to lose that time, right? When we can have it done quickly and effectively in a way that actually works, where we can have things shown to us that we may not have even caught on the first go around for ourselves, because the people that get there by doing their work as well, right? So 43,000 and 5 years of work is what it would cost to go through that way. What we offer our program for are absolute the awesome relationship experience is $997, right? That's the cost of our one-day course. And again, the value of it is what I'm talking about. That's the value of it. That value comes to you in one day, in a one-day course for $997. I've seen people take this course and totally shift their lives, like shift their lives completely. I could call up one person in my head. I won't call names right now, but I know someone who took this course, and right now her life is everything that she set it out to be before the course. Everything. And when I say everything, I mean nothing has fallen short. The money is in check, relationship in check, like really, really in check, and she's happy. There's the friends, the community that she wanted to form is here and present, and she's really enjoying life. I know another person that I helped. He was on an acting course and headed on that route. Again, took the course. Within 2 weeks' time, everything had flipped. Everything had flipped. He's gone now out of the experience because he's moved to California. But either way, his life took the exact direction that he had set out, and it was the smoothest ride ever. Another lady I had, her name was again, I don't call names, but she came to me because of desperation initially. She had some back pains, and she had paid to have surgery done 3 times already, and it hadn't worked. Each time she had to pay $12,000 to do it. So she was already at the $36,000 mark trying to change her life. Through the experience, she found out that what had happened was she was actually blocking her heart in her relationship and closing it down. So part of this was we did the energetic work as well for her to recognize that and to move towards freeing that up. Within the time that she freed that up, she totally forgot that she even had that back pain. It went away completely, like completely. And up to this day, she still says hi and says she's so grateful for it. Right to say that. So it's like, you look at it from the standpoint of, well, what's your health and your life and everything worth to you? And I really do see that this program is totally, totally worth it, right? And for a one-day program, it's really, really top-notch. Top notch. And that's why I'm talking about it right now. I feel that right now this is the way that we can really move forward quickly and effectively. And that's it. What I'm also offering, just for you to know, is that, and this is my guarantee, I would like to offer to everyone that if you are to come in for this $997 and you have a partner who also wants to come, because relationships are usually about 2 or more people, whoever you want to come in with you, I will offer to that person, and therefore to you as well, right? As in, you guys can split it if you're really in a relationship, right? You will receive for that person a discount where they pay only $497 to come, so that you won't have to go home and try to explain to them how awesome it was and how this happened and that happened. They'll be there with you to see that and move forward with you, if it is that that's a specific relationship you want to address. I really found that the people who did this together, they both got it, and then they were able to move forward and be on the same page, and therefore they didn't have to end their relationships or anything like that, which happens sometimes when one person progresses. But they move together, and therefore they're in a space where they're actually understanding each other, loving each other, and moving together. I personally appreciate that, and any work I do, I definitely want my partner to be able to share in it too, because then we can move forward together, right, and not apart. So this is the rate that I offer for partners, friends, family, and I just mean people that are close. It doesn't have to be your blood family or anything like that, but the people that you care about, that's what matters, right? The people that you care about. So that's what that is. I also have a risk reversal policy, which is this, and I'll state it loud and clearly once and then repeat it so that you really do hear it. For anyone who comes to this program, and I'm saying it loudly, anyone who comes to this program and partakes in these prices, what happens is, if you do finish out the program, and I'll give you a whole year for this, up to a year later, you feel like you didn't get anything out of the program that changed your life or made things different, then I will give you back every cent of your money, like all of it, no taxes, no whatever, it's straight back to you, right? Because that's what I mean by risk reversal. I'm taking the risk in that if you are dissatisfied with the program, all your money is back to you and I don't get anything from it. What I get is a good interaction and good feedback, right? But I do that because I do stand behind the work and I know that it works and I really want people to experience it. So if that money thing is what's stopping you and you're thinking it's a big deal, you will get all your money back if you're not satisfied with the program. But I know that people have been so satisfied with the program that they never do return anyway the money because they do see the value and they wish they had paid more for it to actually show me their appreciation for what they got. Right? So that's what it is. And I will repeat that as I said. If you are to come in and take this course and within a year of the program you feel like it's no good or anything like that, you will get your money back. Right? All of it. So that's the absolutely awesome relationship experience. We have another course called the Archangel Certification Program. And I'll just talk about that briefly because I really would like to see some people take action in their lives in that way and come forward to be the best that they can be, because I know a lot of healers want to step up right now. And this Archangel Certification course, I'll just talk about it and won't write. It's the cutting edge #1 program for people who really want to step up, be life coaches, Reiki masters, be able to integrate all this different type of work where they can address people in a way that's effective and have the certification to do so. It's an Archangel certification program, as I said, and we run it twice a year, right? The next one is in January actually, and it's $29.97. I'm going to put that down. To do that course, right? That's Archangel certification course, right? Now, this course is the bomb. Like if I had to think of a course that's the bomb, that's it. What it does is it takes you through all the modalities, all the relevant modalities, that is. Everything that you could totally relate to people in a way where they get what you're saying. They get what you're saying and you show them that, hey, healing is on a mental level, really, and we can achieve it. You're able to do that. You know that for yourself. You're walking around and you know how to address situations, everything. All that's in the other courses is in this course as well, right? But this is a serious form of it. This course is a 3-month course. It goes from, what we do in the 3-month course is we have a Sunday where we'll take a whole day and another Sunday where we'll take a whole day. So 2 Sundays per month we're going to get together, or Sundays or Saturdays, and the dates are available. The dates are able to shift also, but just letting you know that. So those courses are available. You get in there, you take those 2 Sundays, 3 months in a row, and by the end of it, you come out with a certificate knowing that you're an archangel, being confident in that, being able to do the same work with the confidence, with the understanding, right? And being fully proficient in that course. That's what the Archangel course is about. But today's course primarily is the absolutely awesome relationship experience. And again, those are the rates for it. If you need to sign up, you can go directly on the website, see all the courses, and you just click on the Buy Now button and register. That's how simple it is. You can also call me, contact me off of the website on the contact button, and find out more info if you need more info. I'm always willing to have that conversation and to help people move forward if they want to. And that's it. I also work one-on-one, just so you know. Those rates are a bit different to these, and we can discuss that if you want. If you want that one-on-one program, that interaction directly, where we can move you forward as fast as possible, I'm here. And look out for my novel, The Life of God as Me. It's coming out soon, and I'm really proud of it. It has a lot of the information that we'll be discussing in these courses, and it's top-notch as usual. That's what comes here, right? Love and appreciation, and I'm really, really happy that you took the time to watch this. Have a great day. Eternal love and infinite peace.